What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got the 12th IPL match of the season. The LUCKNOW Super Giants take on SRH Hyderabad, and LSG, they get the win by 12. Felt pretty comfortable in the end. LSG are just purely the better team, and unfortunately for Sunrisers at the moment, there's just not a lot of exciting stuff to watch, other than maybe Bhuvi Kumar, Natarajan, Nick Pooran, who can hit a long ball, so can Markram. And obviously, we watch their games for Kane Williamson or Tripathi, but there's just not that superstar there in their batting lineup that just gets me going. Just gets me excited, and it's I want to go watch a Virat, a Steve Smith, KL Rahul, a Mayank Agarwal, a superstar. And while Kane Williamson is that superstar, he's not playing like it, so I guess that's where the accountability comes in. But hey, if you guys are new, subscribe. If you like IPL, subscribe. If you like cricket, just subscribe. So let's just get straight into the review. No messing about here. I did say in yesterday's review that I would probably get an early sleep and not watch this game and just wake up and watch, the 20-minute highlights. But I ended up staying up, watching most of the game, or till the last 2 overs of SRH, and then I turned it off because it was pretty obviously over. But hey, player of the match is the man Avesh Khan, 4 for 24 off 4. Of course, it's still one of the best uncapped players going around, if not, well, not the best uncapped, but maybe best uncapped bowler. It'd be up there. He's been pretty good. Last season was pretty good as well. He's a great, what more is there to say about him? He's a pretty good bowler. So, he's not someone who's going to bowl 145s, 150s and steam in with 4 bounces in a row. Is he going to be a future test cricket bowler? Probably not. He's a guy who can bowl a lot of slower balls, a lot of cutters, take pace off the ball. A bit like an AJ Ty. A little bit like his teammate, AJ Ty. That's who he reminds me of a little bit. Maybe not as many variations, because AJ Ty thinks he's Mujibu Rahman, the paceman, but they remind me a little bit similar. But alright, here we go. LSG into bat first. KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock, of course, arguably the most lethal opening combo in the comp. KL Rahul, 68 or 50, looks classy. And it's good to see when KL is hitting boundaries on the ground. He's keeping the ball along the ground, and that's how he makes a lot of his runs. Not these shots where he's trying to hit everything for 6 in the first 2 overs of the game. He looks so much better when he's just waiting for the right ball, hitting singles. When he's getting back on strike, if there's a loose ball, he's going to try and put it away, try and cut it. He moved his feet well in the crease a lot of the time and he wanted to get on that offside and really put it through, deep point, which is where he targeted a few of those boundaries. So, hey, he looked really good, and I think everyone, this was the main reason why I watched the game, because LSG batted first, and I really wanted to watch Rahul bat, if I'm going to be honest. He looked really good, and that's no surprise to anyone. Quinton de Kock, though, this is a surprise. Out for 1 off 4. Look, it's okay, Quinton. We're here for you. I support you. You'll be okay. Evan Lewis gone for a duck. Gone for 1 off 5. It was plum. Fair enough. Evan Lewis. Manish Pandey gone for 11. They just really got nothing out of that top order, I guess, from KL. But Deepak Hooda, the man himself, in at number 5, 51 off 33. 3 4s, 3 6s, really, really solid innings. And for someone at number 5 to come in and play a role and make 50 is always super vital. They needed it, because if Deepak Hooda came in, went out for about 15, LSG, they would have went on to make about 130, and they would have lost this match very comfortably. So Deepak Hooda and that KL Rahul partnership wins them the match in the end, because I don't really, LSG bowled well, of course. They took 9 wickets, but this batting partnership really won them the game, because I tell you what, if they only made about 135, Sunrisers would have easily won this match. So LSG, they get saved by their 2 former Punjab King players. Who would have thought? But hey, Deepak Hooda, he got to his 50, and then he said, you know what, next ball, I'm hitting this straight into the sky. I forgot my meat pie in the microwave in the change rooms. I've got to go out, fellas. I've got to see you later. When she messages you, And she says, I'm home alone. Because he was out of there. He made his 50 and said, all right, I've done enough. I'm hitting this ball straight up and I'm going out. And that's exactly what he did. So, well played, Deepak. I hope it was worth it, my friend. Ayush Badoni, who will just keep on, the gift that keeps on giving. I'd love to see him get up the order, but I can understand why he's here at 6 because he's such a great striker of the ball. And he's not someone who needs a lot of deliveries to start getting in and start trying to play his strokes. 3 4s, 19 off 12. Can't ask for much more, really, off a finisher. Krunal Pandya, 6 off 3 runs. Well done. And not out Jason Holder, 8 off 3, the big Jason Holder. They bat really, really deep in this team. I mean, all the way down to Holder, who's their last recognised all-rounder. And then I guess, Khan is capable with the bat. And so is AJ Tai. And so is Bishnoi, for that matter. I've seen him hit a few boundaries for Punjab last season. So he's definitely capable, the little fella. All right, into the SRH bowlers. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, none for 25 off 4. He's looking pretty good. There's nothing. He's not bowling a lot of loose deliveries, a lot of wide deliveries. He seems to, he's just a little bit inconsistent nowadays, isn't he? I mean, that when he changed his action and he's taken a lot of pace off the ball in the last 3 to 4 years, which has improved his bowling a lot, but it's also come at a cost because he used to bowl like 145 sling arm bouncer destruction balls that swung, and you used to think, how the fuck do I play this? But now he's, lowered it by about 10 kilometres. It makes it a little bit easier, but he's still looking okay, Bhuvi Kumar. So I think everyone just wants to see him do well. He's someone who's given so much to India. And I'm sure he still has ambitions of playing, maybe in a World Cup. So, who knows? We'll keep an eye out for you, Bhuvi. Washington Sundar, 2 for 28 or 4. Really good. He doesn't get much, pace on the ball or movement or much spin on the ball. I don't really know what he's trying to bowl because he comes in off about 4 or 5 steps, bowls the arm over, doesn't look like it's going to move at all, and then all of a sudden it comes out at around 85, 90, 95 kilometres. And I'm thinking, is he bowling spinner or are these like right arm mediums? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then in that pitch, it just seems to stick. It just stuck in the pitch and stayed low. And that's how he picked up, especially that wicket of Evan Lewis. It just stayed low, hit him straight in front. Romero Shepherd, in fact, 2 for 42 off 4. Expensive, but hey, SRH need any highlight they can get. And any positive is a good positive in my eyes. So that's a positive. Umran Malik, none for 39 off 3. Not his night. Abdul Samad, none for 8 off 1. Really surprising to see Abdul Samad only bowl 1 over out of 40. Out of 20. When you've got, I guess, you bowl a guy like Umran Malik 3 overs, which normally Malik would probably bowl 3 to 4, but he was expensive. So maybe you don't give him 3. Maybe you give him 2, give another one to Samad. Because Samad's a pretty classy bowler, and then you're giving 4 overs to guys like Romero Shepherd. Now, he took 2 wickets, but would you rather Samad bowl 2 overs, or would you rather Romero Shepherd bowl 4 and Samad bowl 1? I think I'd rather Samad bowl 2, at least. At least give the man 2 overs. But that's okay, Kane. I believe in you, and I'm sure you're doing the right thing. That's why you guys are last. All right, into Sunrisers. I'm just joking, by the way. Kane, I know you're watching, mate. I'm sorry. I had to. All right, into Sunrisers. They had a 170 total to go on and get the win. I mean, it was a pretty capable chase. It was a pretty capable total on this sort of deck at the D.Y. Patil Stadium. And, I mean, teams have been chasing down pretty big scores this season so far. So, it wouldn't have made any reason why Sunrisers couldn't. We just knew that they could not lose early wickets and they needed a good start. And unfortunately, speaking of early wickets, Abhishek Sharma, gone for 13 off 11. Kane Williamson, the captain, gone for 16 off 16. He played a nice cut, a nice little cutting drive, did Williamson. But other than that, he didn't really... Oh, and the 6 as well, of course. But didn't really get going. And I don't know what Kane thinks he's doing, but you're not Glenn Maxwell. And you're not AB de Villiers. I don't know why he's trying to... He tried to hit 3 paddle shots. 3 paddle shots, and you were out there for 16 balls in the first over. The first over, he's trying to run around the crease and pop one over the keeper. Like, it's early in the game, Kane. You are not chasing 280 runs. You are chasing 157. Stop trying these risky shots that ended up getting him out. I mean, he hit a paddle shot and it went straight up to AJ Tye. It cost him the wicket, and you can almost say it cost him the game because he's their most important player. He's their captain. They see their captain go out there and just trying to hit everything as a paddle shot or just looking like he's just taking the piss out there, essentially. So I think Kane, he'll bring himself in for the next few games. I don't think we'll be seeing him do any of that. But if we do, and Kane doesn't score, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Rahul Tripathi, really the shining light for SRH batting lineup. 44 off 35, fours, 1-6. It's pretty good. I don't think Kolkata should have ever let him go. He's a solid number 3 to number 6 batsman. It didn't make sense to me why Kolkata wouldn't want him. I understand, they brought Shreyas Iyer in, so I guess kind of that same position, but he's still a very good player, and he's clearly got I can't speak this morning. He's got a point to prove just making sure my mic is plugged in. I cannot have another problem like I did the other day. Markram, 12 off 14. Nicholas Pooran, 34 off 24. Good to see the man, Nicky Pooran, get some runs. 3 fours, 2 sixes. He's just got this capability always to go huge. He has such power. Every West Indian player has power and can hit the ball wherever they want. But sometimes they just get a bit ambitious and they chew off a bit more than they actually than they want. So, look, this is still a very good team. And on paper, it's still a very solid team that can challenge for a playoff position. I fully believe that. But there's just no confidence about the team. There's just, since the David Warner situation, this franchise is really just... I don't know. There's a couple of question marks that still haven't been answered with this team. Sundar gone for 18 or 14. Samad gone for a golden duck. Romero Shepherd gone for 8. Bhuvi wasn't sticking around. He was out for 1. Malik not out for 1. So, look, they finished at 9 for 157. Well bowled from LSG. Poor batting from Sunrisers, except for Pooran and Tripathi. They're really the only two that I think would get a pass out of this team at the moment from their batting point of view. Kane Williamson, I don't want to see him play four little paddle sweep shots in the first few overs ever again. I could not believe what I was witnessing, that he was just willing to be able to throw away his wicket in the first few overs, which ended up costing them the game. He lost the first wicket, 1 for 25, and the wickets, they just kept tumbling. You got guys like Tripathi and Markram, they put a partnership. Then after that, it's just, pretty much a game over. As soon as Pooran goes out, the wickets just tumble. Samad didn't stick around, neither did Sundar, neither did Bhuvi. So, a little bit disappointing. And Sunrisers were a real big chance of going to win this match. And I know I don't want to be an asshole, but Kane Williamson, please. I want to see Sunrisers do well. I want to see Williamson do well. I want to see this whole team do well and make their fans happy. But there's some things that just need to be tweaked. All right, LSG bowlers. Jason Holder, 3 for 34 off 4. A bit of a revenge game for Jason Holder against his former team. He would have enjoyed that one, I reckon. Krunal Pandya, 2 for 27 off 4. For some reason, it doesn't matter that Sunrisers, they let Krunal Pandya take 2 wickets. That's as bad as it gets. Sunrisers are down horribly if you're letting Pandya take 2 wickets. Avesh Khan, no, I'm joking. Okay, I will admit, Krunal bowled really well last night. Look, 27 runs is always going to happen with Krunal because some of the deliveries he bowls are just genuine pies. But some of his deliveries, he just puts it in the right position. And again, I'm going to compare him to Stephen O'Keefe like I always do, but they just put the ball in the same spot every goddamn time. And it is impossible to dig out an 85-kilometre slow, non-spinning full toss, at your toes. It's impossible to dig out and hit for 6. So whenever you get that right, you're normally they trying to hit it straight up, goes up, and take a wicket. Avesh Khan, the man of the match, 4 for 24 off 4. The bright spot there in the bowling lineup, takes 4 for. We still haven't seen a fifer in this IPL yet, which I don't think we have. I still don't think we have. Hopefully we do soon. Hopefully it's the man... who will take the first fifer? That's a good guess. I'm going to say Varun Chakravarthi will take the first fifer. So if he does, someone clip this and then send it to me when he does. And if he doesn't, then maybe, Delete the clip. AJ Ty, none for 39 off 4. Didn't bowl too well, if I'm going to be honest. He got hit for about 22 off 1 over. Bishnoi, none for 29 off 4. Who? No, I'm joking. Hey, Rahul Chahar better. Sorry. I'm just joking. Hey, I love Bishnoi. It's just, on my Punjab Kings review the other day, I jokingly said, when I was talking about Rahul Chahar, I said, I don't miss Bishnoi at all. Rahul Chahar's the best spinner. He's better. And I did that. Sometimes I say that stuff just to try and get people worked up and piss people off. And it seemed to happen. I got a few DM and a few comments on that video of people saying, fuck you, Bishnoi's done this, Chahar's this. And I'm like, guys, it's not that serious. So whenever you see me, like, I'm always just joking on this channel. So if you are new to the channel, don't take much I say. Except, when I'm talking cricket, I'm being serious. But when I'm just having a laugh, it's just normally a joke and trying just to banter with everyone. Did I do all the bowlers? Yes, I did. So, hey, that will cap it off, guys. LSG get the win. Let's have a look at the table. Rajasthan, of course, at the top. Kolkata, Gujarat Titans, Punjab, we're in 4th. Love to see it. LSG in 5th. DC, RCB, Mumbai, CSK, Sunrisers. I mean, who would have thought that almost 3 rounds into so there's still 4 teams that haven't played 3 games. Wow. So who would have thought that DC, RCB, Mumbai, and CSK would all be in the bottom half of the table? Not me, that's who. But it's kind of refreshing to see. Now, I know people won't like to hear that, but it is refreshing to see some new teams near the top of the table because the competition has been dominated by Mumbai and CSK for the last 10 years. So, I guess it is nice of them to give us a little break here. And then I'm sure they will dominate the second half of the tournament and they will go on and win the title as well. So, who knows what will happen there. Into the stats, the orange and purple cap. Ishan and Butler equal 1st. Deepak Huda snuck his way into 3rd. And Shivam Dubey in 4th. Rahul in 5th. The purple cap. Umesh Yadav still on top with 8. Avesh Khan's in there with 7. Rahul Chahar with 6. That's the man right there, Rahul Chahar. DJ Bravo with 5. Shami with 5. Southie with 5. Hasaranga with 5. And guess what? Yuzi Chahal, he's got 5 as well. Let me see it. Has there been any fifers? No. Okay. So I'm glad I got that right. So there's been plenty of forfers. 4 forfers, but no fifers of yet. So if Chakravarthi does take it, I'm going to be a genius. All right, the match tonight is Rajasthan versus RCB. Okay, that should be a great game. RCB, they need a win. Rajasthan are sitting top of the table. That should be a great game. I want to see what the win predictor says. I'm going to say RCB would... RCB should just be favourites. But I bet you Dev Dutt Padikkal goes big tonight against his old team. I bet you Dev Dutt, he's got this fire in his stomach tonight, and he's thinking... They got rid of me. They didn't even want to retain me. I'm going to go out there and make 85 off 45. So, again, another prediction that might go right, but you definitely will most likely be wrong. But, hey, you miss all the shots you don't take. And that's a life fact. Hey, that's going to cap it off, guys. I don't know what I was saying at the end there. I'll probably edit that out as well. Don't worry, guys. You won't see any of that. But, hey, that will cap it off. LSG get the win over Sunrisers. Sunrisers bottom. LSG are in 5th, I think it is. And the IPL, it's taking shape. We're getting some great games of cricket. Looking forward to tonight's game. If you don't, join the conversation with me on Discord, Twitter. That's where I'm most active, in Discord and Twitter. Especially Twitter. I'm always in there talking cricket. So if you're interested, definitely get around it. If you're not, that's okay. Hey, that's going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.